Alright, today we're looking at how to take the password off of a Dell OptiPlex 3080. So just ground rules here. I'm not here for tech support. Don't watch this video unless you're either somewhat familiar with low-level electronics maintenance and or you're willing to figure things out for yourself using this video as a launch pad. My day job is tech support for people who don't know anything and can't be bothered to figure it out for themselves, and I actively hate it. So I'm not willing to do it here in my spare time. Don't ask me to unlock your BIOS for you. That's not what I'm here for. That's not the intent of this video. This is just a gee whiz sort of thing to help people get their stupid Dell computers, specifically desktops like this with the 8FC8 BIOSes, unlocked by themselves through their own efforts. Of course, the following is done at your own risk, no guarantees expressed or implied, yada yada. I'm not responsible if you break your computer or set your cat on fire by repeating anything you see or hear in this video, right? Just kind of, yeah. So here's our workspace, just ignore the clutter. Yes, there you go. Take that. Alright. Right, so what you'll need for this is a Dell with a locked BIOS that you can physically touch, right? And you can get apart. Like for this one, screws undone, just ta-da, we can get into it, right? So, that one's done, right there. You'll need a chip flasher. This is an XGECU TF48. You can use the older TL866 or the fancy pants TL56 or any other brand of chip flasher. Anything that supports the specific model chip that you're flashing. So you'll need a HXD or similar hex editor. You'll need UEFI tool. And you'll need a computer on which to run this stuff. So we're using this here, Gateway Netbook. Isn't it lovely? So, background here. I got this OptiPlex 3080 at a flea market for pretty cheap, and I figured, hey, even if it doesn't work, like part it out, sell it, and get more than I paid for it. But yeah, I brought it home, and everything's fine, except it's got a locked BIOS, right? So, I'm sure all the smart types out there who don't know what they're talking about will just say, take out the CMOS battery and bridge the clear password jumper. Duh. You're dumb. Why are you so dumb? Everyone knows that. Dumb. Alright, so, they do kind of maybe have a little bit of a point. Just a little point, just a tiny point. This is an OptiPlex 3040, right? So you see here, it's got a set of jumpers. This is real-time clock reset. This here one is the password reset, and the other one's maintenance mode, right? So normally you would pull this jumper, with power off, or even with power on. Normally you pull this jumper and it just shuts down. But then you put the jumper back on, and the password's clear, right? But yeah, removing the BIOS, or just the BIOS battery by itself hasn't worked on anything since the early 2000s. So, yeah, get with the times, Grandpa. Because this is an OptiPlex 3080. You know what, I'll give you $5 if you can tell me where the jumpers are on this thing, right? I mean, go on, freeze frame this, and look at it as hard as you want, for as long as you want. When you find these magical hidden jumpers, I'll even take this fan off for you, make it easy. When you find these magical jumpers, you let me know. Just tell me exactly where to look. Bottom left, top right. Tell me where those jumpers are, because I'm sure everyone would like to know where those jumpers are. Yeah, I'll save you the trouble. They don't exist. Yeah, none of these new computers have jumpers, right? It's a security feature, right? So that, people can't just go in there and, clear jumpers and stuff. So, yeah, they haven't had jumpers in a very long time. So, what do we do? Well, this is actually still under warranty, right? It's good until August 2024, I think. So I registered it on Dell's website, right? And when I did, it didn't, it said, welcome to Dell, congratulations, new computer, hooray. It didn't pop up and say, oh, this computer is registered by John Smith, or, please input your purchase information before we'll allow you to register this, or whatever. It's just like, hey, thanks for registering this computer for the first time ever, right? But when I called Dell, because I didn't know the, original purchaser's mother's maiden credit card number or the last 4 digits of their dog, Dell wouldn't help me. So I just refused. Thanks, Dell, you friggin' jerks. What's the point of registering on your stupid website if you're not gonna if it's not mine and you won't let me have it? It doesn't make any sense. It's registered to me. I am the registered owner of this piece of crap. But no, apparently I'm not. I kind of wonder if the warranty service would even be effective on this, even though it says it's good. If I try to get a warranty repair, if it would go through. Yeah, either way, I'm done with Dell official support. Right, so the official, nice, proper way to do it didn't work. So that leaves the internet. So on BIOSpassword.org, there exists some key generators for older BIOSes. However, anyone with an 8FC8 or later family of BIOS systems, 8FC8 and the other ones don't have the ability to be unlocked on those websites anymore, right? So, the algorithm is just not publicly available. Dell's got that under lock and key, still pretty good. So, there are some forum posts or some YouTube videos, or something, you'll be searching and there'll be like a website or sometimes an eBay listing where it'll be like, send me your service tag and $90 in crypto and I'll unlock your BIOS for you. But A, I'm not willing to pay someone to do this for me. And B, I'd rather spend that $90 on tools to let me do it myself. So, to that end, I bought this. It's the X-Geku TF48. It's not just for this project, because this is $148. It'd be a little much to spend on this. $148 for this computer, it'd be like 150 or 160 total, actually, between these two things. Super cheap, like I said. I'd spend a lot more than just that for a working one of these computers, honestly. Anyway, $148 is a lot more than $90, but at the same time, I got other uses for it, such as this. I do a lot of retro stuff, right? This is from 1988, and bit rot is kind of a big deal on older chips like this. So I got this so that I can take this off, read it, and assuming it's still good, I can save it, right? So in the future, if I or someone else needs this particular bit of data off of this chip, I've got it handy, right? So, this was the impetus to finally buy one of these, was this computer here, right? So, but yeah, I really was not keen on spending $90 for some guy in Eastern Europe or Southeast Asia or something to, spend 30 seconds on their ill-gotten password generator and, give me the master on that. There's some speculation that a lot of these people work for, like, in Dell support call centers, right? And they just troll forums, and then they take these service tags to work with them and just type it into the official Dell system and get the service tag or the master password off of it, and then just sell it on the side. So, yeah, I'm not supporting you jerks. So, but yeah, this is a much better investment than somebody I don't know or care about who's probably doing something shady. Right, now there's a bunch of forums and stuff out there, some YouTube videos, but especially Bad Caps, the Bad Caps forum. It has some useful info, and then there are the GitHub sources for the programs that we use here. But a lot of it is super cryptic, as if they're protecting the secrets of the universe by not clearly divulging the information that you need to really do this in a fairly, ABC sort of way. It's all just kind of convoluted and mysterious. Like, anyone asks for help, they're like, "Oh, you must clear your mind and think, and turn around in a circle 6 times, and the answer will come to you in the night." Like, bro, can you just tell me what I'm looking for and what to change there? That's all I need. But no, they got to be weird about it. So there was a lot of searching. I spent basically all day figuring this crap out. So anyway, I set this old netbook up to run the flasher. Some of these programs, specifically the hex editor, HXD, and UEFI tool, don't need to be installed, but the flasher itself needs drivers and stuff. So you've got to have something you can install it to. So this is clearly running Windows XP. It's not a production system. I don't really like running stuff like this on production systems. So this is clearly off the network. It just exists as is. So even if I got all the viruses on here, it's not going to affect anything. Yeah, anyway, once you've got your programs in order, your hex editor, your EFI tools, and most importantly, your chip flasher, you can get started. So, you're going to need a chip flasher. You're going to need to plug it in. There we go. Happy Windows XP sound. Right, so pin 1 is the little dot, right? Little dot. Pin 1 on the cable is the red stripe, and it's also written on here, pin 1. So you can just drop this in here, like that. Boom. Right, pin 1, everybody's happy. Right, then you're going to want to take your little computer deal. Right, so pin 1 is the stripe, right? Pin 1, see the dot? It's got a dot. You see the dot? Right, so pin 1 goes to the dot. So you just kind of drop this thing on top here. There we go, gently, gently. Right, so that's on there pretty good. Looks like. Double check. Alright, cool. Yeah, that's on there well enough. But we'll find out in a minute. Right, so you're going to run your chip flasher. Now, the first thing you're going to do is select your IC. So, obviously, you've written it down, right? XMC. How much glare do we have right now? All of it? Yeah. So, like I said, the chip name is weird on here. If you saw the top of the chip, it's like a QH256B something. This XM25 bit wasn't on the chip, but that's the one you want. It's the XM25QH256B at SOIC 16, because 16-pin chip, and you don't want the some of these are like OTP, one-time programmable. That's not what this is. But yeah, that's the chip you want. So just click select. And there you go. And then you want to go to read. So, and then you read. And assuming everything is okay, it will do this, and it will start reading. Takes a minute. Hey, it read. Right, so you're going to go here, and you go to File, You're going to save it. You can name it whatever you want. And save it wherever you want. And I'm not actually going to save it because I already did. You would save as, and then you would come in here and you would go to read, and you would do it again. Hey, it beeped. Right, so you're going to go in here and you're going to go to save, and you're going to save it as something else, like, just type a 2 on there or something. Right, so we're done with the chip flasher for now. So just close the program out. Don't undo the thing. Just leave it. Open your hex editor. Now what you're going to do is go to Analysis, Data Comparison, and Compare. I don't know why it appeared down here, but okay. So you're going to do data source number 1. You're going to choose the first one that you looked at. And then you're going to go data source number 2, and you're going to go with the second one that you looked at. And you're going to click OK. Normally, it would say the chosen files are identical, right? That means that you got a good read off of the chip both times. Everything is happy in this general region here, and this is probably going to work for you, right? So now what you're going to do is close this out. And you're going to open the UEFI tool. Now the thing with this program is it's not 100% functional, which is why we have to use several different programs to get this done, right? I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So you're going to go to File, Open Image File, right? And you're going to go find where you saved your file, right? You're going to click it and you're going to click Open. It's going to take a minute because this is a 32 megabyte text file, more or less. It's a lot. Right, so it recognized it as an Intel BIOS image. You expand that, and then we've got all this stuff down here, right? What we're interested in is the EC region. So what you're going to do is Action, Region, Extract as is, and then you're going to save it, right? So make note of the name, where it's saving it, and then you're going to save it, right? So normally, what you would want to do is, after you finish editing it, which we're going to do in a minute, but just calm down. Normally what you would do is, when you're done, you would come in here and you would go to region, and then you would go to rebuild, or specifically replace as is, but clearly that's grayed out, right? So basically, once you extract the EC region, you're basically done with this program. So go ahead and close it. Now we're going to go back to our hex editor and open. Now you're going to find that region, right? So I hope you remember where you saved it, what you called it, and you're going to open it, right? So here is the EC region. This is where the password and a number of other functions are stored. So we have to go in here and edit it. So the specific string that you are looking for is 010000. Now, the reason that you do... What do you mean? Oh, right. I screwed it up. Hold on. You might do the same thing. Hopefully not, though. Hopefully you're smarter than I am. Make sure to click hex values. You're looking for the hex values. Boom. Anyway, the region that you are doing this specifically on the EC region is that this is a very, very minute section of that entire thing. Whereas the big chunk is 32 megabytes, the region is only 1 megabyte, right? That's very small, very small. So it's a lot less to search through. And which also means that you can find exactly what you're looking for, because clearly there's only one instance of 010000 in this particular bit of information. So that's a very good thing, because that's what you want to find. You need to find this bit. This is what you're looking for. However, like I said, there are multiple instances of 010000, in the main file, right? So to help us find the exact spot in the main file, what we're going to do is select a lot more of this particular string. So we're just going to select basically this entire row, right? And we're going to copy it. And then we're going to go to File, Open, and we're going to open our entire BIOS file now, right? So if we do a search, right, we do a find, we find 010000, click next, 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 and it goes on and on and on. There are 23,000 instances. I looked, 23,000 instances of that. However, if we look for our entire string, I'm going to have to do it again. Hold on. Search, find, all. There's only one, right? There's no forward. There's no backwards. There's only one instance of that string, right? And it's right there, right? So now what you're going to do is, remember we looked for 010000. So starting from 01, shift down arrow is probably the most effective way. But starting at 01, we're going to select some data. We're going to select a lot of data. Keep going. And there we go. Once this says length 1530, that's where you need to stop. So you're going to go here, right click, fill selection. You are going to type FF. You are going to click OK. And when it turns red like that, that means that you have edited that data, right? So then you're going to go here and you are going to save as, right? Save as, and you're going to change it something like edited.bin, right? Right. Save changes. Make sure to save your changes when you're done with it. So you've edited the file. Everything's happy. Now what you're going to do is reflash. So you're going to go to your chip flasher, and you go to File, Load File. You are going to find the edited file that you made. Open. Just leave this default and click OK. And it's going to load all your happy stuff. So all of the settings should be the same. You got the same chip and all the rest of that. Then you go to Program, right? Program. And then you hit the Program button. And it takes a minute or so. I'm not doing this because I've just installed Windows and junk on here and it works fine. And I don't really want to break it because it's going to do some things. But yeah, you click Program, it's going to write to the chip. And it should say successful, right? You only need to do it once, just once, not like the first time where we did the read and stuff. Assuming you didn't touch any of this, it should be fine. Yeah. So just click Program and it'll write to it. And then once you're all done with that, you just take this off the BIOS chip and put this back together. So once you put it back together, you're going to be in maintenance mode. So the computer's going to get all mad at you because it doesn't have a service tag. So, you just got your computer, service tags right there, right? Just go into BIOS. And once you scroll down to the service tag section, you can just type in that number on there. It's only a one-time thing. You set it once, and it won't let you do it again, right? So make sure you get it right. Go in there, save that service tag, make any BIOS changes you need to, and restart. And it's going to say something about maintenance mode again. It's like Alt-F or something. You just mash Alt-F real fast before it goes off of that screen. And eventually, one of those times, it'll turn off maintenance mode. And it should work just fine after that. But yeah, that's that's about it. I mean, it should work. I mean, if your computer won't boot, just come back over here, put this back on there, and try reflashing your modified file, right? And then unplug this. Make sure to unplug this before you boot. You don't want anything weird to happen. But yeah, try flashing the chip again with your modified file. If it doesn't work, try reflashing with your original. you did save the original, right? You made a backup, right? When you read it, you saved it. You didn't just edit the original file, right? You made a copy, right? I hope you did, because you might want to need it. But yeah, reflash the original BIOS. If it still doesn't work, well, I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. Guess you shouldn't have listened to me. My bad. Yeah, but it should work, right? Worst case, I'm sure there's someone in Slovakia who'll be happy to hook you up for like $90. But yeah, that's about it. That's flashing an OptiPlex 3080. So like and subscribe if you want to, I guess, and we'll do some other crazy crap another day. Yeah.